Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to the channel where I help you learn how to live your best blind life. Today we are back again. Rachel and I are back and we're doing another question and answer video. This is Talk Back with the Blind Life July edition.
All right. Shall we jump right in?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so the first video that we're going to answer comments from is the CK Mova mic review.
Yeah. Now, real quick, actually, if you didn't see the first video in this series, we're just sitting down and we're answering some frequently asked questions on
or
some
interesting questions. Or,
something that caught our eye on the last couple of videos, and we're going to try to do this every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is the mic review video.
The mic review, CK Mova mic review. It was lapel mic. And it was an accessible mic, and that's the main reason I made the video, is because it was an accessible microphone for anyone that wanted to make content. But it ended up being terrible. It was a terrible microphone, sounding microphone. And so, update to that, I got in touch with CK Mova, and they said, you know, it should not have sounded that way. Something was wrong with it. And that happens. Sometimes you'll get a faulty unit sent out. So they sent me another one, and yes, indeed, that previous one was defective. So I am actually, this week, I'm working on an updated video, which will come out this weekend, maybe around the same time this video is coming out. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure what this name is. I don't know if you typoed it or...
I just copied and pasted.
Okay, Hissa Taylor said, I found some other LCM6 reviews on YouTube. Not this sounds strange, which goes right along with what you were just saying.
Yeah, that clearly was a defective unit. It should not have sounded that badly.
Yeah, the person, the contact in the company who reached out to Sam was shocked.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, are you sure that was our microphone? Because it should not have sounded like that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and then someone else said the first two are very good, lack of sound quality in the third one.
Yeah. So once again, I mean, that was the main, the bulk of the comments were about how it didn't sound great.
Yeah.
So, and that's why it wasn't working properly.
Yeah. Okay, next video is how to control your smartphone with Windows 10 for free. Live Simmer said, I think it's neat that Microsoft has allowed users to access their phone on Windows. Too bad this doesn't work well with iPhones.
Yeah, and so that video, if you saw it or didn't see it, it was a video showing how to, there's a feature on Windows 10, it's called Your Phone, and you can connect your Android and iPhone to it and then operate the phone through the computer, send and receive text messages, get into your apps, a lot of different things. So I showed that on my Galaxy S10 because that's what I use it with. I've got my iPhone connected to it, but honestly I've never used it with my iPhone. And it turns out it's very, very limited with iPhone. You can only do, I think someone said, send and receive files or something like that. It was very, very limited. Yeah, but if you do have a Mac computer, you can do all these things. You can connect your iPhone to your Mac and do all these things. And then someone else, I think it was Carrie from Live Accessible, also said that she has a Google Pixel phone and it doesn't have as many options as my Samsung. For some reason, Samsung lets you do a lot more with the app or with the program than other Android phones. So I think a couple other people mentioned that.
Okay, Connie Reifenberg said, Sam, please tell me what you use as an iPad that's so large. I just bought a 12.9 iPad 2021, but it doesn't look like that big iPad you hold up. Please let me know how you got such a huge iPad. I have glaucoma and wet macular degeneration. She just goes on to a little bit more. So, and then you actually had answered that and said, thank you, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I believe mine is the 2019 iPad Pro 12.9 inch.
Yeah.
It's the largest size iPad they make. It might just look bigger on the videos. They say the camera adds 10 pounds. Maybe it's true for iPads also.
Right.
And she responded and said, "Thanks, Sam. It does seem that the screen makes things look larger. I just purchased a 12.9 2021 iPad Pro, so that is what I'm using most times now. I love the size of the screen, and it really helps seeing everything without blowing it up so large I have to move the screen around to see it. My only complaint is it is very heavy for me. I might mention here that I'm 70 years old and have rheumatoid arthritis as well as osteoarthritis, which crippled my hands. The advantage of the 10.7 size iPad was that it was much easier for me to maneuver. I guess that's the trade-off right now. Thanks again, Sam, for answering me so quickly. I receive all of your notifications now and look forward to each posting. Have a good day."
Yeah, and that's one reason why I pulled this comment out, is because I wanted to kind of mention that, Connie, you're not the only one. The 12.9 is a heavy beast. I mean, that's the main reason I got it. It was for the larger screen. I wanted the biggest iPad screen that I had available. But you know, if you're laying in bed trying to watch a movie or something and holding it, yeah, your arms get tired very, very quickly. So that is a bit of a drawback. Oh, the other thing was the notifications. I'm glad you said that, because I've gotten a lot of people mention that they're not receiving notifications for the videos when I upload them. And I think something to do with YouTube, and I can't fix it. Some people want me to fix this problem, but I can't fix it. It's just something to do with YouTube. But I would recommend, when you click the bell notification, if you're on a computer anyway, I'm not sure if it's the mobile as well, but on a computer, a little window will drop down and you can choose the level of notification amount, where, you know, very little, where you only get certain notifications, all the way up to getting notified for everything. And I think the little icon gets completely filled in if you choose everything. So I would recommend that. If you're having issues with notifications, check that first.
Yeah, because that way, because I bet that makes a difference whether you get notified just when a new video comes out, or if you write a comment,
yeah,
or whatever. And if you post, not a comment, what?
One of those posts, community posts.
A community post, yeah, because people might want to know, because Sam doesn't post a ton, but when he does, it's usually to say, hey, we're going to do a live stream, right, or, you know, something's coming up that you might want to know about, yeah, that you wouldn't otherwise know about. So. Yeah. Okay, the next video was more lighting solutions to help with low vision. Yeah. This was a video that mainly Sam featured putting some new lighting in our pantry, which is like the black hole, and it's been a game changer having that lighting in there.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I love it, and I didn't realize I was having a hard time seeing in the pantry, but man, the lights make a difference.
I mean, you can see back into the back and the deep recesses and
where the stuff that's been hiding out for a while.
You realize you need to throw that stuff away. Yeah.
So Richard Sobetsky said, I like the pantry light. I use a headlamp when I'm cooking sauces in deep pots.
And we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
A headlamp. I think when we were talking about it, we were talking about the grill, maybe. Like a headlamp would be great if you're grilling, especially in the evening time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a great idea.
We have a light that shines down from our microwave onto the stovetop, and that really helps with stuff like that if you're cooking something in a deeper pot.
Yeah.
Scott Funk said, thanks for sharing. I just ordered some motion LED lights for my pantry from your link.
Well, thank you very much, Scott. Yeah, there's just so many things you can do with those. I mean, I can think of a ton of different applications where they could be helpful. I have a friend, Charlie, who's been on the channel before. He has them running down the railing of his stairs. So when you start to go down his stairs, they light up, and it lights all the way down his stairs.
Oh, yeah, that's
nice. So many options and things.
Yeah. Terry Sutherland said, Sam, once again, you've changed my life. I've been looking for lights that are motion activated, bright, and strippy. I had no way to see them when shopping online, and I have to see lights to know if they will do the job. I'm renovating a pantry right now and need a lighting solution. You are the man, Sam.
Good. Yeah. Well, no problem.
Yeah. We've definitely gone through purchasing lights, and once we got them like on Amazon or whatever, where you can't actually see them, and then you get them home and it's like, yeah, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
We've gone through quite a bit of that.
Yeah. Well, if you need lights, in my The Blind Life Amazon shop, which is amazon.com/shop/theblindlife, link in the description, I have a whole category there for lighting. I think it's titled Light Up Your Life or something cheesy like that. But I put those lights in there. I put a bunch of different strip lights and all kinds of different lights in there.
Yeah. Caitlin said, why have I not done this? I've just been using my phone flashlight for everything. You're not alone, Caitlin.
No, I mean, I've mentioned it before. I've got a flashlight on the refrigerator right next to the pantry, and that was the main reason, is when I'm in the pantry, I can use the flashlight, but haven't needed it since then.
I don't think to use my phone flashlight like other people do. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's because I'm old.
No, I don't know.
Next video was Audible Vision, new app for the blind and visually impaired, partially sighted.
Partially sighted, yeah.
So illegally sighted said, pretty interesting. I thought it was going to be very similar to most of the other apps, but I'd like a couple of its unique modes. I especially like the one where you tell it what text you want to find. I can see that being really useful even for low vision. I'm really waiting for this type of technology to be available through smart glasses that work with multiple apps, because just being able to glance at something and have these features work would be great.
Yeah, and that's one reason why I like the app, is it had a couple modes or features that were different than the standard apps that we know already. And so kind of set it up apart from the others, and I'm excited to see how it continues.
Coda Gray said, sounds very interesting. I can't wait to try the iPhone version in the future.
Yep. They say within a year they'll have an iPhone app as well.
And the one you used, it's not actually released yet, is that correct?
Right, it's still a beta version, and so they're still working on things and tweaking.
But it's worked pretty well for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the video, the quick text reading feature, it's kind of hit or miss. It tended to latch on to the larger words and kind of skip over the smaller words. So it would just keep repeating those larger words over and over again. So, they need to kind of adjust some things there, but overall, it worked really well.
Okay. Schlumpf said, for everyone in the comments wanting to try this kind of app, there are at least a few out already for both Android and iPhone. One is called Seeing AI and is backed by Microsoft, and iPhones are getting the ability to read aloud text from the camera in the next system update. Yeah,
and I wanted to kind of highlight that comment because yes and no. They're right and they're kind of not right at the same time. There are other apps that have similar features. Seeing AI is probably the most popular. I've done a couple videos on it. It's definitely the most well-liked app out there, but it's only for iPhone. It's not available for Android, and it doesn't have, no other app that I know of anyways has the certain features kind of like this one does. The find, where you can tell it some text and it will find that text for you and guide you to that text. And then definitely no other app has the mask detection, will tell who's wearing a mask around you. So yes, you can try out some of these, like the text reading and document scanning and all that. You can do that on other apps, but some of these you can't. This is the only one that has that.
Yeah. Penny Van Beek said, that actually looks pretty cool. I like the find feature. Expiry date is always an issue I struggle with, but even if I can't read it accurately, locating it is helpful. You could at least try using another method to read it until they get it right. Great work.
Yeah, and I'll say maybe I wasn't clear with it on the video. When I tested the expiration date reader, it read the date correctly. I scanned the item probably about 3 or 4 times, and I don't remember exact date. It was like April 26 or something like that. And every single time it read April 26 without any problems. It just kind of flubbed up the 2021 part. So that in itself is enough information for me. I would think April 26. It was Greek yogurt. Surely it's not April 26, 2023 or anything like that.
Or 2020.
yeah, exactly.
Because that's disgusting.
So knowing just April 26, that was good enough for me.
Yeah. Now if it had been medication or something like that,
you definitely want to double check.
Yeah. Because we could have something, aspirin or something that was over a year expired and not realize it.
I guarantee we have something from like 2014 up there.
I pulled out, someone needed something at work the other day, and I pulled something out of my desk drawer at work that expired in 2017.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you can take it if you want. It's not going to hurt you. It might not be very effective.
That's the thing, yeah. Double up on it.
I don't know if I would say that either. The Journey said, I can't wait for this to come out on iPhone. It seems like you could read a book with it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so yes and no, once again. You definitely could. And all of these apps, they're very similar as far as that, the text reading. Theoretically, yes, you could sit down and read, Moby Dick or whatever. But it's not going to be a super enjoyable operation or process. You're going to be scanning and listening, and then turn the page, scan, listen, turn the page. There's better options.
Yeah, you're probably going to overlap the beginning of, either skip some or overlap some between. And
yeah,
too.
And in some apps like K&F Reader offer a batch scanning mode where you can scan multiple pages and then sit back and listen to them start to finish. And that would be better for books, but still, once again, you're gonna have to scan 10 pages and then sit down and listen and then scan 10 more. I mean, you could, but I'd much rather sit down with an audiobook.
Yeah, where it's gonna be an actual actor and not a robotic, funky voice. Okay, the next video was all about the white cane tip. Joan said, hello Sam, thank you so much for the review. I used the rollerball tip. Had a lot of trouble with my elbow and shoulder. When I saw the OmniSense tip, I did order it with good hope. It's the best tip ever. Yes, it's a little bit heavier, but the best tip ever. I walk better, it takes less of my energy. So happy for me, really worth the cost. So happy, and for me it was really worth the cost. The only thing I didn't try, because it isn't in my neighborhood, is walking on sand. Thanks again, Sam. I hope more people in the Netherlands will try the OmniSense tip. Good.
Well, I'm glad it worked well for you. That tip is still on my cane, and I use it every day. I love it. It works really well for the way I use my cane. And yeah, I wanted to kind of mention or highlight this comment also because I've kind of gotten the feeling from other people's videos and their comments that maybe some people didn't think I was genuine when I was talking about the OmniSense cane tip and how much I love it and how good it is. Maybe they were thinking, maybe they thought I was just trying to sell it or upsell it, or I don't know. But
you get no benefit from something.
No, I'm not getting any commission off sales of this tip or anything like that. No, I genuinely love this tip and think it's awesome. But keep in mind, and as I did mention in that video, in my video, it's not going to work for every type of cane user. If you're a 2-point touch, no, absolutely not. It's way too heavy for that. And if you're a side-to-side constant contact cane user, it is a heavier tip. So you are going to get a little bit of wrist fatigue and arm fatigue until eventually I'm sure you will get used to it. But just keep that in mind. For me though, I walk with my cane straight out in front of me, pushing it along. It's just out there to detect if I come up to a curb or something like that. So for that, it works fantastic.
Yeah, Sam legit uses it all the time.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
In fact, like this weekend, we were traveling and we stopped at a couple skate parks on the way home so that Skylar could skate. And one of the skate parks, Sam got out on the board and was skating a little bit and was using the cane. And he even had a conversation with a gentleman that was there with his kids and was telling him like how that cane has made a difference, and with him feeling comfortable getting out on a skate in a skate park like that with the cane. Yeah.
I took a little bit of video at that skate park too, because that park was also a little extra cool, which you'll have to wait for a video to learn more about that.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I think so.
So keep up with the comments, and Sam, he does read them. He answers a lot of them, and you might hear your question on the next video, and Sam will answer it on the video. Yeah,
I'm a little behind on my comments right now. I'm trying to get caught up, but thank you very much to everybody who does leave a comment and engages in the comments and hits the like button. That helps out the channel. Stay tuned. We have, as I said, the updated mic review video coming out. Something about that skateboard park. That may be a members only special video. I don't know. We'll see.
Or shorts or something.
Or short,
it's not
yeah.
really enough for a whole video.
No, and I didn't like focus too much on production and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was real quick, down and dirty. But and then also we are talking about using the cane tip in sand, we are going to Florida here in a couple weeks for a vacation. And on the way, I'm going to be visiting my sister and her family. And we're going to be doing a live stream from her house talking about, among other things, I'm sure we'll be talking about the BEP program, the Business Enterprise Program, which my sister is an area rep for, and her husband does the program. If you're unfamiliar, it's the vending machine program that the blind and visually impaired can do. And so we'll talk to them about that. Maybe he'll show us his snack stash or something. Learn a little bit more about that. And then when we get down to Florida, I'm going to be doing a comparison between some all-terrain tips in the sand, on the beach, in the grass, to find out truly once and for all which tip will rule them all, which tip is the best for off-road anyway. So stay tuned for that. But that's it, guys. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. As always, Sam and Rachel with The Blind Life. We will see you next time.